Homer, was the seed a surprise to you?
We knew it was a possibility. I guess there was some rhetoric that was suggesting that it was a high possibility that we were going to be 6, 7, 8. So I wasn't too surprised, especially since the caliber of teams that we've played. But I was definitely thankful for it.
Why is it a good thing? From y'all's perspective in your bodies, I guess, is just.
As far as if you have less games to get to the championship, that's always, the easiest pass is always the best. But having that week off after playing 8, 9 games is huge for recovery wise, and it is a grind, and having that break can get you back into being refreshed and ready to go again.
You knew you guys were going to be in, but when you saw that name pop up to get that first round bye, how excited was the group, you guys, to get that first round bye?
Yeah, it's very exciting for the group, the team. We work hard all year. That's what we work for, to get a chance to play in the playoffs. And last year we started in round 1 and worked our way to round 2. And this year we're starting in round 2, so it's always positive.
Reggie, John asked about the buys. Any concern with either of you guys, I guess, that, from a routine perspective, everyone has a bye week during the season, but getting out of a routine where you're playing a game almost every Saturday, is there any concern there, or do the positives drastically outweigh the negatives?
Yeah, I don't think there's any concern. The positives outweigh the negatives in this case, because it gives us some more time to rest, which is always important.
Also, to go along with that, getting Thanksgiving off and being with the families, that has to be a pretty awesome feeling, knowing that you're going to get that moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a little bit of a morale booster, because I know a lot of guys haven't been able to see their families just because, in the season you don't have time to go home. And going back to your home is awesome. But, it's nice to have that little break.
And the thoughts of possibly seeing William and Mary in the next round. What was your thoughts when you saw the bracket? It was like, oh, here we go. We got possibly William and Mary coming back here in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's weird because, we just played them yesterday, and we could possibly play them again in 2 weeks. So, it'll be a great game if we do end up playing them again, and we'll be ready.
You guys were both sitting in that room, I think, 2 years ago when you were co-champs, and everyone thought you were going to make it, and then it didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were freshmen.
You look back at that and to where you've come now, and how big is this for the program? First back-to-back appearances since 08, 09. I mean, you guys are part of building what this program was to become.
Yeah, it's huge. Taking a step forward is always crucial in building a program, and I think we've done proactive steps of building to where we want to go. Obviously, this year we're playing to win it. Being in the playoffs you can't be complacent, and I think we're motivated to keep it going.
At this point, coming in after what Coach was saying about being that group to put this program back on a national stage, has what you guys done up to this point even exceeded your expectations when you first came here?
No, honestly, I remember we had a freshman meeting, and every single one of those guys was like, I'm here to win a national championship. So that was our expectation coming in as freshmen. And, maybe that's lofty goals, but that's the goals that we wanted to set.
You were picked 5th in preseason in the league. Why did things go well?
Because, not to lie, but preseason polls don't really matter. It's what you do during the season. I know that we have a lot of young guys that are really talented, and that might have been the reason why we were picked 5th, just because we lost a lot of experienced seniors. But I knew that we were going to be very good this year.
Reggie, basically the maturation process of Kyle throughout the course of the season. Just your thoughts on how he was able to mature from the first game at Maryland to this point.
Yeah, I think Kyle's gotten better every game this season. He's a hard worker. He prepares himself very well, and he takes pride in what he does. So that's to be expected that he improves every game. So he's doing great.
I have a quick one for both you guys. 4 teams from the conference in, 2 get first-round byes. Does that kind of illustrate how big this conference is and how big of a feat this is for you guys? I know you're not done by any stretch of the imagination, but is that kind of a good illustration of just how talented of a league you guys play in?
Yeah, I think it just shows how competitive our league is because each one of the teams that are in lost to one of the other teams that are in, and those were one of the major games of the year. I remember the game day with James Madison and the 3 games with Villanova, UNH, and William Mary. Those are all huge games, and even William Mary had a huge game against JMU. So I mean, it just shows how competitive we are as a league.